Hello, my name is Ivan. I'm a customer engineer here with Google Cloud, and today I'm going to walk you step by step on how to do a migration from an EC2 instance to a Compute Engine instance in GCP. For this, we will be utilizing the CloudEndure agent, which essentially will be installed within an EC2 instance and will automatically copy the entire boot disk, transfer it over to GCP, and turn it into a format that is bootable by our Compute Engine instance. So we'll go ahead and get started here in the AWS console. As you can see, we've already set up a EC2 instance called Migration 2. And what we're going to do is essentially just install a little bit of software into that EC2 instance to prove that we have successfully migrated this EC2 instance into GCP. And now we'll verify that Apache 2 has been installed properly by making sure we get the splash screen when going into the external IP address, which is right here. We'll go ahead and plug it into the browser. And we do in fact get that splash screen. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to navigate to the Google Cloud Platform, and under Compute Engine and VM instances, you'll see the option to import a server. So we're going to go ahead and click it, and it's going to redirect us to the CloudEndure migration tool, which is going to look something like this. And we're going to choose the live migration option. Here you'll be shown your agent installation token as well as the different commands to install the agent within Linux. So we're essentially just going to copy paste this command into our Linux machine. We're going to see that it installs fairly quickly. And then we're going to go back to the migration tool and go ahead and execute the agent with the token that we were just provided. And we'll go ahead and run that on our machine. It's going to take a few seconds to finish loading everything and for it to activate the agent. It's going to ask us to choose exactly which block devices we want to store, or you could just leave it empty if you want to choose them all. And then we'll let the agent run. And finally, once it's done, it's going to let us know to please go back to the dashboard in order to continue the synchronization portion. So we'll go ahead and go back to the CloudEndure console. We'll select the agent, and you'll see that it's already initiated the replication process. So it's just basically setting up a couple firewall rules. It's identifying the server, the size, and establishing that communication. And you'll see that a microserver has been initiated in the Google Cloud Platform. And it is this microserver who's facilitating the replication between the EC2 instance and actually creating that new server in GCP. Checking back on the CloudEndure migration page, we see that all the services has been working in the background and have already initiated, and that the synchronization process is taking place. Now we are asked to set up a blueprint, basically what type of machine, or defining the type of machine that we would like to set up for the migration. So we're going to pick an N1 standard 1. We're going to specify just the name in lowercase letters, which is the standard in GCP. And then just define if we want to create a new subnet or create a private IP, whatever it may be. We're just going to leave everything as the default and save the blueprint. And then we'll see that the synchronization is going to take a little bit to complete. So we'll just give it a few seconds as it loads up. And the speed at which this happens will vary a lot depending on your internet speeds and the connectivity to GCP, of course. Now, after everything has been completed and continuous replication has been set up, we'll essentially just have to give everything a few seconds in order for not only the communication to be completely established, but for CloudEndure to also perform a test to make sure that the target machine and the original machine is all communicating properly. Now that the test has completed, we can select the machine we're migrating and then select this cutover button. This cutover button will essentially cut over our replication instance and actually spin it up on GCP so that it's ready for production. We'll go ahead and create a new target machine for it, and then go back to the Google Cloud console to see our machine being spun up. We'll go ahead and refresh the page a couple times, and we see how CloudEndure has created a second machine, which in a few seconds is going to turn into an exact copy of the EC2 instance that we configured not too long ago. And there's our instance, just like we named it in the blueprint. So we'll go ahead and select it, and we're going to go ahead and edit the firewall rules, because even though we are migrating the machine itself, we still are responsible for setting up the networking rules. We'll give it a second for it to update. And now we're going to go ahead and test our machine by taking the external IP address and plugging it into the browser, and we get that Apache 2 splash screen again. That has been the conclusion for our demo. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please let me know if you have any questions.